shutdown. I'm so excited for the government shutdown right now. Do.
And sir, do you believe you have the votes to pass this tomorrow?
Well, we always work till the midnight hour to get the votes, and you never start the process with everybody on board. You work through it, and you could say that with every major bill we passed.
Are you thinking of taking up Luna's offer of attaching the SAVE Act, though?
I'm a big proponent of the SAVE Act. We passed it twice in the House already, but we'll have to determine the steps forward.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
This package is the result of negotiations with the president and senators, but ultimately it's 5 of the 6 bills that we have already passed through the House.
Right.
Homeland is just going to go under a CR. We would have liked the whole package to go to the president's desk, but we don't want our troops to miss a paycheck, which.
And right now, this will be for DHS funding mostly. Republicans want more funding for ICE. Democrats don't. Some Republicans, I don't remember their names, are like fighting against the whole ICE funding part of this government shutdown. So the thing about it is, it won't be like the last time where we could like miss out on food stamps or healthcare subsidies, even though those are not on the table anymore because Democrats are weak and pathetic. But they're kind of digging their heels in on this one for once. Republican leadership in the House hopes to begin by reopening the government by advancing a funding package on Monday, which would be today. That passed the Senate last week. So it did pass the Senate. A bunch of Democrats supported, even with the ICE funding, and nothing changed to it. But the House Democrats, or that was in the Senate, but the House Democrats are pretty dug in on not sending this through. We need the government open. I hope all Republicans and Democrats will join me in supporting this bill. I sent it to my desk without delay. There can be no changes at this time, Trump wrote on Truth Social, in sharp contrast to last year's record-breaking shutdown. They are terrified of another shutdown. Last time, the shutdown did really bad for Republicans. This time, it's even worse because public support of ICE is tanking. Under the plan approved by Senate, Department of Homeland Security would be funded temporarily to February 13th, setting up a deadline to Congress to try to find a consensus on new restrictions on ICE operations, which would be no more masking, badge IDs, body cams, which they do not have right now, and that's why every single time there's something happening on with ICE, it's completely anonymous. We don't know who's doing it. We usually have to have somebody online like go in and find that information, or they come out and say it themselves because they're dipshits. Federal law enforcement where body cameras part of executive order that included policing reforms. Yeah. So, I mean, they were wearing body cameras until, obviously. Honestly crazy that they're allowed to operate without an ID and face mask. It's insane. I mean, they want the face mask because they are obviously Jan 6ers and Proud Boys. So that's why it makes sense. Last month, Powell said the subpoenas have been served on the central. Yeah. I'm looking for just government funding. Trump demands no changes to House funding bill. Government shutdown, because it's only a partial shutdown. It's not a full shutdown, but the government's going to shut down. Resolution close to end partial government shutdown. House Republicans called Texas Senate special election a wake-up call for party ahead of midterms. Ooh, I did not see. Victory by a Democrat. Damn. That Trump one's double digits. The Republicans are not doing well. It's going to mostly be Department of Homeland Security, Education, Health and Human Services. Nothing extraordinary like with last shutdown. Are we de-encrypting the files today? No. That was Friday. The files de-encrypting were on. Jesus Christ, yeah, no shit. The files were on Friday. President Donald Trump said Monday that congressional leaders are nearing a resolution to the partial lapse in federal funding. I think they're pretty close to a resolution, he said from the Oval Office, noting that he'd spoken recently with House Speaker Mike Johnson and Senate Majority Leader John Thune. Which Mike Johnson has no control over the fucking House of Representatives. Trump added that he'll talk to top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer in a bid to avoid a prolonged shutdown that concluded the Democrats had little desire to shutter the government longer than necessary. It's very bad for our country, Trump said. But despite that, we have the highest numbers we've ever had. We're doing well. We're going right through it. it's so obvious how much, like, 6 months ago, Republicans would have dug their heels in here and like blamed the Democrats and then like, all right, fine, we'll go into a shutdown. But they are so unpopular right now. They are so unpopular. Pressure them to fall in line. Chair committee says House Republicans who lead powerful committees said Monday that President Donald Trump is calling individual members in an effort to ensure a bill to end a partial government shutdown clears key votes with enough GOP support. That's the thing. Like, this bill isn't being just shut down by Democrats. Republicans are shutting this bill down. House Appropriation Committee Chairman Tom Cole referenced Truth Social post by the president urging House Republicans to send the legislation to his desk as quickly as possible. Called individual Republicans. Jeez, it's rough out there for Republicans today. God damn. Pressed on the potential backlash members could face if they deny Trump, Cole responded, look, you get paid to vote, not to keep votes from happening. So all we're asking is that people put the legislation on the floor. We'll have the debate. If you got concerns, by all means, raise them. But again, this is a bipartisan, bicameral bill. Nobody gets everything they want in the appropriations process. Still, only country in the world that does this bullshit. Only developed country. Cole addressed House Republicans who have concerns, saying if you want to vote against it, make sure it gets to the floor, then you have that opportunity. I think the president has been gracious to extend the hand of good faith negotiation and says if there's something we can do that's reasonable and protects our ICE agents and our citizens and allows us to enforce the laws, because that's what we're going to do. ICE isn't looking good, man. Recent polls are showing ICE is not very popular. And the thing about it is, compared to when the beginning of his administration, holy shit, they were all in like immigration. Nobody gives a shit about immigration anymore. They are constantly saying Trump isn't doing enough with the economy. Take that. Dude, he looks like such a fucking chud, too. Take that goddamn mask off, pussy ass bitch. Mike Johnson's even like pretty fucking afraid of the government shutdown. Pushed back on attaching the SAVE Act to the government funding, saying we're going to get this job done, get the government reopened. There's a funding package right now. Don't think we need to be playing games with government funding. When asked if he was asking President Donald Trump to call conservatives who have concerns, Johnson said no. Separately, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer reiterated the SAVE Act is dead on arrival in the Senate, as at least one Republican in the House pushes to attach to critical funding package. If you don't know what the SAVE Act is, it requires individuals provide documentary proof of U.S. citizenship when registering to vote in federal elections. Insane behavior. You have to show proof of your citizenship every time you go to vote. Prohibit states from accepting, processing an application to register to vote in a federal election unless the applicant presents documentary proof of U.S. citizenship. The bill specifies documents are considered as acceptable proof of U.S. citizenship, such as identification that complies with Real ID Act of 2005 that indicates U.S. citizenship. Prohibits states from registering an individual to vote in a federal election unless, at the time the individual applies to register a vote, the individual provides documentary proof of U.S. citizenship and requires states to establish an alternative process under which an applicant may submit other evidence to demonstrate U.S. citizenship. Each state must take affirmative steps. States must remove non-citizens from their official list of eligible voters. Bill allows for a private right of action against the elected official who registers an application to vote in a federal election. Yeah, just voting, voting protection shit, or not voting protection, voting rights and voter intimidation shit. Because then if we have people trying to improve their citizenship, it's just another way for ICE to get more information on people. It's outrageous that House Republicans would even consider putting the SAVE Act in legislation to fund the government, he said on the Senate floor Monday, adding, Republicans who are pushing for the SAVE Act are trying to kill the funding bill to prolong this shutdown. Anna Paulina Luna has been privately urging fellow Republicans to convince them to tank a key procedural vote this week unless leadership adds her voter ID law to must-pass government funding package. I don't know. This is all stemming from how ICE worked. Many Americans say Trump is focusing on the wrong priorities, according to multiple surveys. Yeah. I wanted to see this. Mostly focused on the right priorities. In January 2026, mostly focused on the wrong. Jumped from 44 to 47%. And about an even mix from went from 18 to 21. So the affirmative shrunk, but the against rose. Very good signs. Very good signs. Half see Trump has been a poor or terrible president in his second term so far, echoing views from earlier in his tenure. Jeez, he's not doing well, man. He's not doing well. 40%? 40%? Ooh, these midterms are going to hurt Republicans. Most people are too poor to care about politics, so they'll gladly give away their rights. Yeah. Many people continue to feel Trump is going too far. Gone too far. 62%? Holy shit. Deporting immigrants living in the U.S. legally. Jesus. The jump from 15 to 18, not far enough, is also psychotic. Compounding his problems, there are signs that frustration is rising over his approach to immigration, and some of his recent fixations, like taking over Greenland, are downright unpopular. This created separate but related problems for Trump as his party heads into a midterm year. Americans don't think he's paying enough attention to the economy. Many want him to focus less on immigration and foreign policy, but these are issues that dominated the headlines over the past months, thanks to Trump's aggressive approach. Trump is not going to back off of any of this, by the way. And I am excited to see the midterms. Midterms are going to be good for us, I think. I think midterms are going to be good. I just hope that Democrats can navigate this in a good way. 4 in 10 voters in Fox News poll said Trump's economic policies have hurt them personally, while with the same share said the policies haven't made a difference. But only 2 in 10 say the president's economic path has benefited them. And looking ahead, 45% of voters say they expect the economy will get worse in the next year. God, they look like chuds, dude. Every time they look like a chud, man. About 6 in 10 registered voters said the ICE tactics have gone too far. New York Times poll. Fox News poll found a similar share of voters. They're not going to. Democrats will not do this. Those measures was conducted before shooting Alex Preddy. Oh, these are... Wait, are these pre-Alex Preddy? We need representatives with spines. We need Mamdanis. Damn, if these are all before... polls taken before all the ICE shootings, like, holy shit, they cannot be popular now. Americans want Trump more focused on issues at home. Republicans are less confident in Trump's character and mental fitness. Trump shit himself on live TV. Did you guys see this?
Biden term is going to be a thing of the past, and I'm so proud to be part of
And
this.
fellas, some great things happening, right?
Yeah.
Marty, there's great, really great things happening, I hear. And some pretty big announcements over a short period of time, right?
Yep. Moving drugs over the counter so you don't need a prescription.
Yeah, right.
Naloxone, which treats opioid, is one of
It's already... Naloxone's already an over-the-counter medication, by the way.
those drugs. And we're being proactive with synthetic 7-OH, a new opioid that's showing up, and we're working with the DOJ.
I'm muting the stream. Okay, once this goes away, you can listen back in.
On addressing that, because chemists are coming up with new opioids faster than the government has been able to keep up.
Right there. You guys hear that right there?
We're going proactive on these new chemicals.
Right when she looks down.
Going proactive
Right when she looks down
on these new
is when it happens.
faster than the government has been
Right there.
able to keep up. We're going proactive on these new chemicals.
That's great. No, I hear fantastic things. Thank you all very much. We really appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Oz. Doing a fantastic job. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, please. Thank you.
Mr. President, can you respond to the new Fox poll that says people think ICE is a tactic?
Oh, brother shit himself on live TV. Oh, what a fucking joke, man. This admin. And they said Biden was bad. That's insane. Despite that, there's a possible warning for Trump in Pew Research polling showing that over half of Republicans support all or most of policies, down from 6-7% after he took office last year. The poll also found sharp declines in Republicans' confidence that Trump has the mental fitness to serve as president. Wow, only 4 in 10 Republicans are extremely or very confident in Trump acting ethically, down from 55% early last year. Oh, yeah. If you liked red baseball caps, that would suck. Oh, man, it is not looking good for them. It is not. The midterms are going to be good. For us, at least, I hope. Midterms are going to be interesting.